Okay, welcome everybody to this third in a series of FTRL GT Sports special events. You join us today at the Nürburgring. Only the GP circuits. We're not putting our drivers today through the full green hell. That's fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what you think. And today we are going to be racing using the Mazda Roadsters. So this is a car based on the old Mazda MX-5, which has a probably an undeserved reputation as a bit of a hairdresser's car. But we'll see how people do with them. We've got 15 races today, and we're going to be underway with qualifying very shortly. So we will see how we get on. This is SBY8186, the man with the memorable name, commentating today. This is my first time commentating, so if you do have any comments, tips, anything else, drop them in the comments. Use the hashtags. I've just seen hashtag Team SBY there. We don't want to see any of that. I don't see any of that nonsense. But yeah, let me know if any issues, anything you want to see, anything you want to say, drop it in there, let me know, and I'll try and pick them up as often as I can. So as I said, we've had a couple of these special events running already this season, both of which I was a part of, both of which were very entertaining. The last one being at Laguna Seca. This is a very different track today, and very different cars as well. This is, as I said, the Nürburgring Grand Prix track. Been around since the 80s. Oh, we've got a 30-second warning there for the start of qualifying. It's a tight track, not many overtaking opportunities. I think the drivers today are going to have to be, well, they don't want to be doing that. We're going to see very few overtaking opportunities, as I said, so it's going to be key, I think, to get on the throttle early out of the corners. Make sure you got a good line through the corner and get on the power early, because there's not a huge amount of power in these cars, but getting the corners right is going to be key. So we're just about to go into qualifying now. The drivers have got a choice of medium, soft and super soft tyres. There's no restrictions on that today, so they can use whatever tyres they like. And it is going to be a 50-minute race. So we're going to have 12 minutes for qualifying, and then we're going to jump straight into a 50-minute race. And I imagine there'll be quite a few different strategies. The guys here with the races on, there's a mixture of races here from both our GT2 and GT1 leagues. They race on Thursday and Friday, so they're not going to have had a huge amount of time to practice this track. Some people will have put in more practice than others. Just going around with Junkie Sports. Beautiful car here. I'll go through all the runners and riders in a minute. And here we go, starting qualifying. So most people heading out already on the out lap. I'll go through them, see if I can go through them in order, and then we'll have a quick look at the track from someone's point of view as we go round. So we have got, let's have a look here, who have we got starting from number 1. Okay, we've got FTRL blue flag. So he is obviously, as most people watching this will probably know, an FTRL stalwart. Oh, I can see a note there from, I was just talking about practice earlier, just to segue into this. See Lennon there saying, I have literally just bought the car 7 minutes ago, so it should go well for him. Anyway, back to blue flag, as I said. FTRL stalwart. He's been around in the league for, I believe, a lot longer than me. And we'll usually expect to see a good performance from him today. While I'm on stalwarts, we may as well go have a look and see the green livery. Let's have a closer look at that livery if we can. Ah, fantastic. Okay. Right, maybe the less said about that, the better, but no, okay, I get it. I only saw one word as he went past first time. So that's Aaron Taylor with the Friday night dinner livery there. Hello, Bambinos. As always, we expect to see a good performance from him. Darkbolt. Next up, he's been tearing it up in League 2, GT2 recently. So we'll see how he goes as they head out on their first proper qualifying lap. We've then got Pagani, highly visible today. You usually see him at the front. He's going to be even more visible than usual today in the pink livery with the mine splash on the side there. T. Smith, the man that currently heads up the GT1 league. He has been an absolute revelation this season. So let's see how he does in this special event. And then we've got Ron Elson, who's always good for a quick lap. Sometimes good for a quick trip to the gravel as well, but you never know with Ron. Moving on now in the silver, number 7 there, CJ Slicks. Now this is the man that's won. Well, we've already got a Team CJ down there. He's won each of the last 2 special events quite handsomely, so he'll be the man that people are looking to catch up with today, I would imagine. Moving back down the order, City Posh Blue, he's a relative newcomer. He's been in a couple of these events and he's also racing in the GT2 league. So best of luck to him. We've got Megatron Le Chat there, who either he's changed his name or I've never heard of him. Someone can tell me who he is, fantastic. Lee Cole, again, another FTRL admin. Another stalwart of the league. Puts in a lot of hard work and is always good for a decent race. Next up on the list, FTRL Donzo. So Donzo has been racing in GT1 league and he's struggling this season, but he puts that all down to the Subaru, I think, having spoken to him. So we'll see how he does in the Mazda today. He's been pretty good and putting some very good results for these special events. The last couple of weeks, so he's got a good chance today. And we've got Unsafe Release from Germany. He has also been tearing it up in the GT2 league as the qualifying times start coming in. And there's Lennon, just bought the car 7 minutes ago. Junkie Sports, and there we have it. That is all the riders we've got today. So let's find somebody who's just coming over the line. Let's go with Unsafe Release and let's have a lap at the track here. So coming into the sharp right-hander first off, the little wiggle on the exit there. And then we'll just bend round to the left, easy on the throttle. It's all a bit congested still on this qualifying lap. We'll see if that affects anyone's times, but we probably, with 7 minutes to go, probably start to see the real lap times coming in soon. Okay, so this one just sort of drop down a gear if you need to, keep it on the inside, back round to the left, and then swing through to the right. There we go. That's a long straightaway down here before you hit the hairpin bend. Now, just on board still with Unsafe Release. More pace than Donzo or not, is he going to hold him up? Got a question there from Pete Man, Fave Livery. I'll have another quick flick through them all in a minute, Pete. I've seen Junkie Sports and that's obviously got to be right up there. I'll let you know if I see anything better. Was going for a Unsafe Release, going for an overtake here, on the qualifying lap. Ooh, that's interesting. That won't do him any favours for his time. As long as he can keep to the inside of this corner and get good traction out, that's good. Hopefully getting back up though. So we've got just cutting through the S's. Ooh, be careful of the penalties there. Can't afford to miss the curb there and cut across. Oh no, and he has picked up a penalty and he's going to duck into the pits. So let's find somebody who's still, anybody still out on the track. And here we go. We'll sit on board with Junkie Sports, see he comes around, see if he's going to put in a lap. See if he can avoid the penalties here. Yeah, nice and easy. Keeping the power on out of the chicane and coming around to the final right hand corner. Junkie Sports over the line, then no improvement for him. So at the minute we see CJ Slicks here with a half-second lead over anybody else. So the man we all expected to be out in front is out in front at the minute, but there's still, everyone's got at least one lap left in them, maybe two if they get a move on. Let's see, have a quick watch of CJ here, see how he goes. Maybe slower cars than people are used to, but they still need quite precision handling, as CJ's showing there through that chicane. Looking at the chat, probably best that Zonwai isn't racing today, given his evident sausage fingeriness. And as CJ comes over the line, let's see if he improves on his 209.6. Here he comes, not quite. 400ths out, so let's get back through, see if anybody else is really picking up the time. Oh, and there he goes. That was a nice up there from Dartbot. He's just pipped CJ to the post there, so he is going to be on pole as it stands. We've got just under 3 minutes to go in qualifying. Of course, once that time runs out, everybody gets to finish the lap they're on, so you could still see some more times coming in. So at the moment, we've got Dartbolt in first, CJ Slicks in second, FTRL Blue Flag in third, and then we're dropping down quite rapidly. Junkie Sport is 1.2 seconds off the lead, he is fourth. Megatron is fifth. Pagani in sixth, running very wide there, just about keeping it on the track. He's now sort of holding up T. Smith, who's trying to put together a good lap. He's in seventh. Aaron Taylor is in eighth. Lee Cole in ninth. Unsafe release 10th. Leonard Stevo in 11th. Then Rom, City Posh, and Donzo is at the minute bringing up the rear. But he is a little bit quicker in that first sector, so let's see how he goes. Saying 2:09 is the time to beat, so I think pretty much everyone is going to get one more lap after this. See, it drops off quite rapidly. There's quite a big disparity actually between top and bottom. It shows, as I was saying earlier, the probably the difference in practice times that some people may have put in. Okay, we just had, I think, Dartbot come over the line. He hasn't improved. Oh no, here he comes now. Is he going to improve at all? Yes, he is. That's a fantastic lap. 2:09.2. That's going to take some beating. CJ's already gone round. Let's see if we can see anybody else improve on their times. City Posh Blue coming over the line there. T Smith, unsafe release, has jumped up to third. T Smith stays 8th. And Megatron is getting up there as well. That's relegating Junkie Sport now to 6th place, just ahead of Pagani. Just coming up to the time now, so everyone out there now is going to get to finish the lap they're on. He's running a bit right there, so not likely that he's going to improve. Let's see where CJ is, see if he can catch up to Dartball. Okay, time now up, so everyone gets to finish this lap. Last couple of corners, CJ Slicks. Let's see where he is. I think he's already picked up a penalty actually, so that's, if that was this lap, which I assume it was. Yeah, he's ducking it. Since we're back to unsafe release, see if he can pick up any places. Got blue flag, is blue flag coming round? Not quite yet. Whoa! Probably won't see much of that in the race. I'm going to try and squeeze T Smith out around here just to try and get a little bit extra on his time. That's ambitious. 2.6, 2.07, 2.08. He's not going to improve. He's going to improve to 2nd. I tell a lie. Good work for unsafe release. The move on T Smith at the end there actually helping. So that's an excellent lap from him. So as I think we've got pretty much everyone over the line now, so it looks like we are done for qualifying. There we go, it's the final standing. So here we go. Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit, 50-minute race. I suggest you do what I've done, grab yourself a German beer in one of the race, sit back and enjoy. Top 3 tonight, says Peteman. Well, let's run through the list of starters first. We've got Dartbottom first, unsafe release in 2nd, CJ Slicks 3rd, blue flag 4th, T Smith is 5th, Megatron is 6th, Pagani 7th, Junkie Sport 8th, Aaron Taylor 9th, Lee Cole, City Posh Blue, Ron Elson, Leonard Stiver and Donzo. So we've got a rolling start today. So Dartbottom to the lead. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. It's a much slower start than we're used to given these cars, but we'll see what happens at the first corner. Dartbot being trapped by unsafe release. Nobody making a move as of yet, although CJ is pretty close to unsafe release as we head down towards the first corner. Will everybody get through smoothly? Oh, T Smith's a bit wide, he's pushed wide, clattering cones all over the place. I think everybody's through safely, but there's a bit of action going on ahead of Aaron there. Oh, and Megatron's gone very wide there. There's still cones flying everywhere. Everybody pushing hard on the first lap, but Dartball is clear out in front. CJ Slicks has gone through to 2nd ahead of unsafe release. So let's head back to the front and see that battle. Still Dartball, he's got a good 2nd lead over CJ, who's coming under renewed pressure from unsafe release, trying to win back his place. Getting a quick look there, there's a bit of a slide, it's very close around that corner. CJ holds his position well. So Peteman saying top 3 tonight. Judging from the start, I don't think anybody's going to be getting away in this group. I don't think we're going to see, not likely to see a repeat of a couple of the previous races where we've had a couple of people get out in front and build up a big sort of 5, 10, 15 second lead. I think it's going to be very tight. CJ's got to be up there for me. Darkbolt, a bit of an unknown, but given he qualified on pole and he's holding his own at the minute, you can't rate him out. And I'll be looking for some of the more established players to come through from the back as well. So at the minute, I'd probably say CJ's got to be up there. We'll give Darkbolt the benefit of the doubt, seeing as he's in front. And I'd be looking at probably T. Smith as well to be making a move at some point. Okay, coming around to the end of the first lap, we've got Darkbolt in the lead, CJ6 second, Unsafe Release third. So let's see what's going on a bit further back. Oh, I can see the pink car of Pagani there, battling closely with Megatron. And Junkie Sports on the outside. They're going 3 wide into this first corner. And Junkie Sports, he ducked out, but then he's let Lee hold through as well, and he's got a little bit of a bump there. So he's lost a couple of places. Pagani holding his line very tight on the inside, looking to get past Megatron there. And Aaron Taylor is still battling away with Junkie Sport, looking to get past him as well. Junkie won't want to lose any more places. Oh, and he swerved across and he's hit Aaron there. That was a big swerve. Not sure what that was about. Let's see what's happening at the back. We've got blue flag at the back. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's battling out with Donzo. We've got him at the minute, so that relegates Don to last place. Len and Steve are sort of out on his own at the minute. Hopefully he'll be able to put together a good lap time. City off blue there. Yeah, so at the back it's pretty close to what it was. Junkie Sport getting another bump from Aaron Taylor. Let's have a look here from Aaron's point of view. T. Smith with a big slide there as he comes through, and that's going to let Lee get right up on the back of him. There's a bit of a train forming behind T. Smith at the moment down this straight. Got to keep an eye on this through the chicane. This could be interesting. Oh, and I think he just got the chicane, got that badly wrong. That's going to result in a penalty. Here it is, a 1 second penalty there, nearly 1 second penalty for T. Smith. Let's see if that lets anyone get a bit closer. Okay, the front is, well, the front two have got penalties as well actually. You can see quite a lot of people probably cutting that last chicane as they try and make their way around it in good time. But they're still holding their own up front, so these three have pulled away a bit of it, in fact have a massive gap now. So much for my comment where I said I didn't think anybody would be pulling away, and it looks like these three have got the early part of the race sewn up. Let's see if they can hold it there. So still Darkbolt first, CJ second, Unsafe Release third. They seem content at the minute to sit where they are, or maybe waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Yeah, so this, yeah, seems to be just running nicely at the minute, pulling out a big gap. It's nearly, well, it was, I'm sure it was sort of 7.5 seconds at the start. Now it's 9.5 seconds, so these three are well and truly away. So let's have a look at the battle behind them. Lee Cole now leading the chasing pack, but they're not doing very much chasing. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars with more behind them, just waiting for somebody to make a mistake so they can get through. Pagani is all over the back of Junkie Sport, who's ran wide. He's going to try and push up now ahead ahead of Megatron, who lost a bit of time on that corner, and yeah, he's going to get him. So Pagani into 6th. Junkie Sports still holding him for a little bit. Big wobble from Lee Cole, and they're going to go 3 wide into the final corner. Pagani's got the inside line, but Junkie Sport holds it. Well played. So all these same people still in there, but now in a different order. But while they're fighting and squabbling, they're losing about 3 seconds a lap to the top 3. So unless there's a big accident, I think we can see which way this race is going, at least for the podium positions already. Back up at the top, it looks like Unsafe Release has just got past CJ Slicks again. Interestingly, Unsafe Release is on soft tyres and the other 2 are on super softs. So the fact that he's holding his own is very good news for him. Dark Bolt just starting to pull away a little bit, nothing horrendous, it's only a second, but possibly as a result of the 2 behind Jocelyn's position. As CJ makes the move back around the inside, and he sticks it, lovely move. Just keeping a close eye on these 2 for now. You can see that Pagani, however, has made it back up to 4th place, so he has eventually got past Junkie Sport, and indeed looks like Junkie Sport was holding him up slightly. Pagani might just be able to pull away now. Although, as I say that, Junkie gets a good run out of the corner, and they're on that long straightaway now, and he's got him. So a lovely move from Junkie again. The train grows ever longer. Front 3 once again, just settling into their rim, just pulling away seconds upon seconds. Somebody put in too much practice. That's a nice shot there. Look how many cars you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that group 7, and then a couple behind them as well. So anybody's game in the middle of the pack at the minute. Still got a long way to go in this race. It's a 50-minute race. We've only had 9 minutes so far. Can you believe it? I can't. I've nearly finished my beer already. Where Pagani's going, or in the slipstream it looks like, but here comes Junkie Sport. Only taking the inside line, very much so. Pretty much the opposite from Junkie Sport, and he's caught right back up to him now. Okay, let's have a look a little bit further back. T-Smith still battling out there. Lee, who was 4th about a lap ago, has dropped back to 7th now. T-Smith behind him is now coming under pressure from Rom Elson with Blue Flag and Megatron behind him. Not sure what happened to Megatron. He was 6th at one point. Chopping and changing positions constantly. It's almost impossible to keep on top of everyone. Aaron battling it out in the middle there. Absolutely side by side with Lee Cole coming into this corner. Little nudges all the way up there, but he's got the inside line. And Martin is now staring down the rear end of Junkie Sports machine. So he's making reasonable progress through the fields, Aaron. Started a bit further down than this. I think he was down in 9th or 10th. And still Junkie and Pagani battling for positions. Fantastic racing. If we could just cut the front 3 out of it, we'd have a really good battle for the win. But as I said, still lots of time to go. Another big wobble from Pagani there. Just pushing it really hard at the minute. Let's see how people are doing. Fuel wise, it looks like everyone's got just over half a tank left, so we're probably looking at lap 9, lap 10 at the latest for people to be coming in. As we head into this final corner again, we've got Pagani, Aaron, Junkie all there. Aaron just ducking back a little bit, trying to get a good run out for the straight. He's right on the bumper of Junkie Sport now, less than about 10th behind. As Pagani goes past Junkie, and Aaron's on the move as well. Side by side once again coming up the first corner. Is he going to try and outbrake him onto the inside? Yes, he is. Oh, and he's going for Pagani as well, and this could be a massive accident. Oh my word, Chunky Sports round. Oh, that was always going to end badly once the slide started. Couldn't see it. T. Smith I could see just taking a trip down to absolutely the middle of nowhere on the outside there. Aaron is now right on the bumper of Pagani. Looking back at that, I can't see there's any blame to be apportioned there. Oh, what is Pagani up to now? I think he might just be having fun chucking the Mazda around, to be honest. It's holding Aaron up anyway. And in the meantime, I've completely missed the action at the front because Dartbolt looks to have had more than a bit of a moment. He's had a hell of a moment. He's now 14 seconds behind from the race lead, and it's now Unsafe Release and CJ Slicks. So I just couldn't take my eyes off that middle of the pack battle. It was so interesting. But it looks like Dartbolt has suffered at some point, and he's got a lot of catching up to do now. Okay, so that leaves Unsafe Release and CJ Slicks battling out for the lead. It's very, very close. Okay, here we come round for the end of lap 6. About 13 minutes in now, so only just over a quarter of the race distance gone. So it's close between these two. It's going to be an interesting race all the way to the finish. Right, I can still see people changing positions, so I'm going to risk ducking away from the race lead again. And hopefully we won't see another big accident coming down to this corner. Donzo's picked up a lot of positions here. He's come right from the back of the pack, and he's now in 5th, 4th place. I don't know whether there was a collision between all the rest of the pack coming onto that straight. Everybody else lost some time, but Don was just torn down the outside and he's now up into 4th. Excellent work from him. Or maybe he just didn't do any practice and he's now just figured out how to drive the Mazda. Who knows? Out of interest, it's as fast as that. No, I think everybody else was just cocked it. I don't know. So it's Donzo, Lee Cole is now 5th, Pagani and Aaron have dropped back a little bit, although they're still absolutely bumper to bumper. And Ron Elson mixing it up in there as well. Oh, it's going absolutely haywire at the back. Pagani's all over the shop. I think he got a bit of a tap there, and T. Smith's taken his place. Aaron now down to 10th, with Junkie Sport following him. And City Posh Blue looks to consolidate and move into 9th and maybe 8th since he's got the inside line on this corner. Yep, he's got past Pagani and he's now into 8th. It is non-stop action in the middle here. And now, just a little bit of breathing room for Donzo. Lee Cole. And behind him, Ron. So these three just stretch. They'll be hoping they can stretch a little bit of a gap just to avoid the chaos that's been going on the last couple of laps. Everybody pushing hard still. Tyres are looking still pretty reasonable, even those on the super softs. Dartbolt's slightly less reasonable. I can only suspect he must have taken an almighty trip to the gravel at some point. But he's out on his own at the minute. 10 seconds behind Unsafe Release, 11 seconds ahead of Donzo. Unsafe Release has dropped back quite a bit now. And that leaves our special events Mazda so far. He's won each of the preceding 2 races in this series, and CJ Slicks now has a 3.5 second lead. Interestingly, CJ on the super soft tyres, you can see there if I flick back to Unsafe Release, he's on the softer tyres, so they should be wearing less, but in fact he's wearing more. He's got more tyre wear there, so he's obviously driving harder than CJ as well, which is going to put him at a disadvantage. But we'll keep an eye on them and see if he can close that gap again. Donzo's put out a good lead now over City Posh Blue, and then Ron. And still this absolutely mighty battle continues. That pink car is just all over the shop, and he's nudged Lee wide there, and Lee's come sliding back in a glider with Junkie Sport, and oh, it's... somebody is heading backwards into the shadow realm at some point. It's still Aaron and Pagani. Still battling it out. Let's see what we can get to here. I think that's the first corner I've seen between those two where they haven't been absolutely at each other's throats. Aaron doing a bit of wiggling, trying to put Pagani off. As we all know, FTRL is known for the highest levels of sportsmanship. Okay, we've got Junkie Sport in 6th now. He's leading this little... I was going to say middle pack, but it's more middle rear now. 6th through to pretty much last. Let's see if anybody's... blue flag's a little bit behind. With all the jostling that's going on, he'll be hoping he'll be able to catch up a bit. All the way back to the front we go. CJ's maintaining his lead, even increasing his side. So we'll be keeping an eye on him, especially looking at fuel now. We'll be starting to see people coming for stops within the next couple of laps, I would say. Dartbolt's gaining a bit. He's slowly getting back into it after whatever misfortune befell him. And Donzo now out at his own as well. He'll be happy about that. Looks like he might be able to put in another good performance. Junkie Sport desperately trying to get away from the marauding hordes, but he's gone very wide into there, and Aaron's giving him a nudge as he comes through. Aaron hasn't got through, but it's let Pagani back into 6th place. These lads are chucking these Mazdas into the corners. There's a lot of sliding going on. Still see Lee Cole back there battling with Aaron. Oh, and Lee goes very wide, that might like Ron Nelson in. Let's have a look at these two. Ron's still on the outside. Oh, it's very tight, he's going to try and go all the way around the outside. He's got the inside line on the next corner. Nicely done. Just about. Lee's still there, we still might have another bite at him. Is he going to try and hold that line? It's just a bit too far back, maybe. Nope, he's going to have to go for it. He's brake late. Rom's going to come back down inside. Lovely manoeuvre by Rom. Knew he was coming, just let him come through, and it got him back on the exit to the corner. And that might let Megatron through. Leonard Stevo's now having a look. He's been fairly quiet at the back so far. We've got a blue flag all over the back of him. Blue flag's got himself back into contention there. Wide again. Is that going to give some of the others a look? Collision there between Blue Flag and Lennon. Nicole's picked up a bit of a penalty. Back to these three. They've been absolutely joined at the hip for most of this race so far. Pagani has the advantage at the minute since 6th. He did have an advantage. A little bit wide there, and there, and that's what Junkie Sport back in. Everybody moving to the inside. Junkie Sport holding his line. Are we going to see a repeat here of what we saw previously? Hopefully not. Pagani's going to make the move. Is Aaron going to dive in as well, and Rom? Yeah, Junkie Sport's taking a wide line through there. He's going to have the inside line to the next corner, so he should hold from Aaron. Somebody's just gone barrelling off the track. It's T. Smith again. I think it's the second time I've seen him do that. That is not the racing line, T. Smith. It's dropped to a few places. Everybody is wide there. I know you're supposed to go a little bit wide on that corner, but that was ridiculous. Right, enough of this nonsense. Let's see what's happening with the lead. Well, still 4 seconds. So with people about to come into the pits, CJ Slicks is maintaining his 4 seconds lead over unsafe release. It was now about 7.5 seconds ahead of Dartbolt in third. Now, Dartbolt was about 10 or 11 seconds behind after his mishap, so he's pulled a little bit of time back, so I wouldn't rule him out just yet. Still a long way to go in this race. Okay, let's go back to the front. CJ is staying out as unsafe release comes in. CJ seems to have managed his fuel a bit better as well, so it looks like he'll be able to do one more lap. Like Don's going to be able to come around for another lap as well, so that puts him into second provisionally, with City Posh Balloon third. He's having a good race so far, so we've got a little bit of disparity when people are stopping. Let's see if we can spot unsafe release. There he is, coming out of the pits in third, just behind Don, but obviously he will take that place back once Don so has to pit. Okay, pretty much everybody else stopped. Yep, and there's Dartbolt just behind City Posh Blue, so unless there's any incidents here, we should see normal service resumed after the pits. Not sure what's just coming out of the pits now. There's Rom, Lee, Aaron, Megatron. Once again, every time I come back to see them, they're in a slightly different order, but still maintained together. I'm not sure where Pagani's gone. Maybe he took on a bit more fuel. He's down in 11th. Perhaps he had to take on a bit more fuel. Maybe he used a bit more. I think everybody's figured out the tyres now. Everybody pretty much is on, yeah, super soft tyres for this stint. The Mazda very light on the tyres compared to the cars that are usually raced. Continues. Aaron Taylor, Lee Cole. Oh, it's a big slide around the outside from Aaron, and there's cars bumping into each other all over the place. And Megatron's round. Megatron is round and off into the barriers. That was absolute chaos through that corner. It's going to put a big dent in his hopes as we see the previous guys come in. So that's CJ Slicks coming out of the pits, and he should come out in first. And he does, and the gap is. He's actually lost a little bit of time in the pits, not much to be honest. The gap looks to be settling down to about 2.5 seconds, whereas it was previously about 4 seconds, so we'll keep an eye on unsafe release. He's gone for the soft tyres again. He's not chancing the super softs. He also feels comfortable on them, so let's see how he goes. And Dartbolt is right there. I have no idea how he's done that. Absolutely. Oh, he must have underfueled. Yeah, there he goes. You can see the difference in the fuel there. So he's taken a chance. Maybe he'll look at a bit of fuel saving, perhaps, if he catches up to the other two. Try and get him back in the mix. But he is right there on unsafe release bumper now. And then because of that, there's now a huge gap back to Donzo. 25, 26 seconds. So Pagani's made his way back into 6th, followed closely by Blue Flag and Lee Cole. Nice and steady through that corner for him. And we're looking back towards T. Smith. Aaron now got a little bit of catching up to do. I'm sure he can manage it. Lennon behind him, followed by Junkie Sports. Romelson and then Megatron after his accident is just bringing up the rear there, but still in touch. Let's get back to this little battle here. Hard on the brakes into this right-hander. Blue flag taking a look at Pagani. Can he get him up the inside on the next corner? Pagani's got the line here. Somebody's going across the grass. It's T. Smith. Oh my word, and that is absolute chaos. What was T. Smith thinking? Pagani and Blue. Oh, Chunky Sport! Like a yellow missile comes screaming in and takes everyone out again. That was completely not his fault. All the blame there lying at the feet of T. Smith, who's made his way up into 7th and not got any penalties for it whatsoever. He's now battling with Aaron Taylor, and that's... Oh, and there he goes! Oh my word, it's chaos here. What is going on? Week in, week out, these guys are driving Group 4 cars, Group 3 cars. We had a monumentally powerful car in the Fittipaldi the other week, and they can't control a Mazda. Let's look at someone who can. CJ Slick, still 3 seconds clear. Dartbolt's strategy, well, we'll see how it works out for him later. Obviously he's got less fuel, he's going to have to come in sooner, but really looks to be paying off for him, because in amidst, while I was busy watching everybody spinning and throwing up gravel everywhere, he's got past unsafe release and he's into 2nd place. That's excellent work from him. Unsafe release is going to try and have another go, so we'll stick with these two for a couple of seconds, just see how they get on. Okay, the gap's sitting just above half a second at the minute as they come down to this chicane. There's always potential for change in these last couple of corners though. Let's see if Unsafe Release can get a decent run out of this corner and have a look at Dartbolt down the straight. Doesn't look like it at the minute. It's a pretty good lap from Dartbolt, running 209.8, fastest lap currently CJ Slick's 209.6. So he's definitely got the pace at the minute, has Dartbolt. Let's keep an eye on him, see how he does. In the meantime, CJ's not getting away either. Penalties being picked up, but to be honest, they seem to be able to shake them off, particularly in the slower corners. So they're not affecting anyone really unduly at the minute. Have a little look back here as that gap widens slightly. Donzo fairly comfortable in 4th. We've got a 6-second gap to City Posh, so he'll be happy with that, I imagine, at the minute. He's put in a 209.7 there, which is almost the fastest lap, so he's, unless that was his out lap, I'm not sure. Can't imagine he's gone that far. He might have done, you know. He might well have done. So that could put him at an advantage for you here to go that little bit longer, conserve his fuel a little bit better than the other drivers. Might give him the advantage, although really you've got to say he's looking at consolidating his position at the minute unless there's any accidents up front. City Posh Blue going along nicely, and then an absolutely massive gap now back to what I am now going to start referring to as the train of nonsense. There's been multiple collisions in the last sort of 5-6 laps, which has set these guys back a full, almost well over a minute from the lead, over 40 seconds just at the next car. So these guys well and truly battling amongst themselves now for the honour of 6th place. So at the minute that is Aaron Taylor, and Megatron's going to have a look at him down the inside to this hairpin bend. He should be able to make it stick. Oh, it's a big slide. He's just made it stick through there. Has Aaron got the pace out of the corner to get back at him? It's looking likely. Nicely taken round there from Aaron, but then of course we've got the corner cutting back onto the straight. And this could be interesting coming up to this bend. Pagani now having a look, he's getting involved yet again. Sneaky move at the inside there, despite the brightness of the car. I barely saw him. And once again, two FTRL Titans battling it out between themselves. Can Aaron make a move coming up towards there? It's a dodgy place to make a move. Let's see how he does. He's going to go for it, is he? No, he's wisely this time held out. He'll have to fight another day. Let's get back over here. T. Smith, despite his excursions earlier, still in 9th, just ahead of Megatron, who might see if he can take that place back coming up here. Let's have a quick look. Bumper to bumper here, coming down towards this very, very sharp first corner. You have to brake and turn in very sharply in order to get a good run out. T. Smith's going to hold the inside line, bumping over the curb. That now means he's on the outside coming up to this corner. Collision there, side by side. Is Megatron going to hold on there? Looks like it, just about, yeah. Okay. That might give T. Smith a good line through this corner where you cut that and shoot right out wide. Well held. So, moving back towards the back, we've got Junkie Sport there. And once again, blue flag seems to have dropped off and he's now battling it out at the rear with Lennon. Let's see how Junkie Sport's getting on. To be honest, I've had a look at them all now in response to your earlier question, Pete Man, and that's got to be the best livery. I mean, it was never really in doubt, was it, to be honest? I'm impressed with the number of people that have come up with liveries in this short amount of time anyway, but especially that one. That man can make any car look beautiful. Okay, back to the train. Train wreck. Still holding that line there. Aaron's good pace around the outside though, and he's ahead of him. Little love tap there for him. Rom's getting involved as well now in the red. He's on the inside. There's a lot of going on all into this chicane. They've held it nicely. I think Megatron's probably cut the corner there, but he'll be alright. Rom's now looking around the outside, hoping to hold the line against Pagani down into the home straight. Yeah, he's done a good job there, but Pagani will no doubt have a go back soon enough. So, the middle section of this race has flown by. We're now 15 minutes to go. Time for another beer. So, quick run through the running order for you. CJ Slicks still holding first, but the gap now just 1.6 seconds back to start pole. He's starting to run low on fuel, but he's trying his best to catch up. He's been putting in some absolutely solid lap times, and he's slowly but surely catching CJ to battle for the lead. Behind him we've got Unsafe Release hanging on. Still not a big gap back to him, so he's still definitely in contention. A big gap back then to Donzo, but he is ensconced fairly comfortably in 4th place, but being slowly caught up by City Posh Blue in 5th. I know, a huge gap then back to the train wreck. That's not what I'm calling Aaron at the minute. That's what I'm referring. That's how I'm now referring to this train of cars coming through from 6th all the way down to last. So at the minute, all could change by the time I finish reading out the list. But it's Aaron Taylor, Pagani, T. Smith, Megatron, Rom Elson, Junkie Sport, who's currently having a look at Rom, seeing if he can get round, and then back to Lee Cole, Blue Flag, and Lennart bringing up the rear. Let's stay with Rom for a minute. See if we can hold off Junkie Sport. Roadster track here. Pagani making the move just ahead of Aaron. Oh, and he's very wide. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, absolute shambles on that chicane. He tried to brake too late, and he's still all over the place. He can't get back on the track. Eventually he's there, but now he's been passed by Leakhall as well, and Blue Flag's going to have a look on the home straight. Oh, and that's going to relegate Pagani all the way down to 12th. So the Dream Team has been split up for the moment. Aaron Taylor will now look to consolidate 6th place. T. Smith has had a look at the inside of Rom, and he's got that place there, so he is now in 7th. Let's have a look back at the lead, see where we are. Dark Bolt is still there, but he's running out of time. You can see the difference in fuel if you look in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. CJ's pretty much still got half a tank, whereas Dark Bolt is below a quarter, so he is going to have to come in a lot earlier. He's going to have to put more fuel in to get him to the end of the race. So that could make all the difference. I haven't been keeping enough of an eye on everyone's fuel usage to tell you if CJ can go all the way to the end. If he fuel saves, he probably can, but whether he'll choose to or not, I don't know. We'll find out. But at the moment, a second from him to Dark Bolt, and then 4 seconds back, dropping back a little bit now. His tyres are starting to give up on him a little bit. He's been pushing them hard again. Unsafe release. So he's going to have to. He's going to have to stop, and he's going to have to pull something special out the bag to take the win. But a podium, I'm sure, will be more than welcome for him, even so. And Donzo now holding his lead. Back to City Posh. Fairly similar times between the two of them. The gap about 4.5 seconds. Oh, he's pulled away. And finally pulled away in 6th. Let's see if he can keep that gap now. He'll be glad of a little piece, I imagine. Behind them, the battle still rages, but now the pack is just starting to split up a little bit after Pagani's trip to the barriers. There goes Junk Sport through. Let's just check on Pagani again. Where's he going this time? No, he's good this time. Much better. Lee Cole, not so much. And he is now coming into the pits along with Pagani and Aaron and Junkie. So everybody's stopping for what will be the final time. The front 5 are still out, but everybody else in the pits, let's see. They'll all need slightly different amounts of fuel. So we'll keep an eye on Lee Cole, who was 6th. Let's see if he comes out at 6th or if anybody's still in the pits. He's straight out, so long as he's got enough fuel to get to the end of the race. But Megatron looks to have jumped him, and Aaron's still out in 6th. So the vast majority of these guys just came in to change tyres, didn't take on any fuel for the final 10 minutes of this race. That is going to be the case for most people. Unsafe release, now pits, and he probably will have to take on a bit of fuel, so that might drop him out of the hunt for first place, unfortunately. Let's keep a quick eye on him, see what he does. Yeah, there's a bit of fuel going on there, so that is going to drop him back. So it is now down to these two. Dark Bolt is going to have to come in soon. He's going to have to take fuel on himself. That does put him in a big disadvantage. CJ, even if he comes in for tyres, he's going to get build up a bit of a lead. So it's looking pretty good at the minute for CJ Slicks to take his 3rd special event victory in a row. Just has to keep it steady, keep it on the track. He's been so consistent there. You look at his times: 2:10, 2:10, 2:10, 2:10, 2:10, 2:10. Ultra consistent, and that is how you win these races. On a different note, here's T. Smith taking another trip off the track, getting a little nudge from Megatron. Pagani's fighting it out there as well. These guys are having a whale of a time here. A little bit of a chance for everyone to let their hair down a bit. Chuck a different car around the track for once. Aaron's still got that lead. This is the pack now where all the action's happening. Again, just willfully cutting the chicane. He's not really gained him anything. In fact, Megatron's come up alongside him and taken 8th place off him. Junkie Sport's going to have a look as well. Let's see how Junkie gets on. first corner. Megatron's going to make a move on Lee, but he's gone very wide. Lee's just ducked straight back in front of him. Junkie battling with Pagani, still trying to find a way past. In the background there, you can see him coming around the outside. So Megatron runs wide again. Junkie Sport is following him. It's a good racing line, but he's not going to be able to get past anyone. Can he cut through here? Oh, he's very, very wide. Pagani just about hanging on again. And Lee starting to close the gap to Aaron, who is now a full minute behind City Posh Blue. City Posh Blue has been an excellent race from him so far. He started quite a bit further back, and he's made his way up the field, and it's been a very solid race. He escaped the pursuing pack. He's now a full minute ahead of them. He got away before all the bumping and barging and spinning began. So he's had an excellent race. The only remaining question is, can he catch Donzo in fourth? It's not looking likely at the minute. He's not really had the lap times. They're very, very similar as far as lap times go. Yeah, and Don is just taking it easy at the minute. He's got nearly a 5-second gap. Just putting in some solid lap times that should bring him home in fourth place with, well, I would say probably this lap and then another 3 laps to go. Dartbot is closing the gap again to Unsafe Release, who's managed to get past him, so that must have happened in the pits, and CJ has now got a 20-second lead, so this is all over but for crying. So the battle now is for second place between these two. Unsafe Release and Dartbot, both on pretty fresh tyres. There's going to be little to choose between them, so this is going to be the battle to watch for the final 6 minutes and change of this race. Dartbot having a look. He's not on the right side to get Unsafe Release here. He's forced him onto the defensive, and that might mean he's slow out of the chicane, and he is slow out of the chicane, and Dartbot's going to have a look down the inside. Can he get him onto the home straight? It's going to be interesting coming up the home straight. He should take it round here. He's gone a bit slow, and Unsafe Release might just hold on. Yep, Dartbot drops back in behind, so he tried to just duck inside and bank on the inside line to get him through there, but Unsafe Release just powered it round the outside and stayed out in front. Well played. Down to the first corner now. No wild moves there. Ooh, Unsafe Release goes a bit wide, but he's rescued it. Handling of this Mazda, saving him a little bit there. He's pushing it very hard to stay ahead. Dartbot's going to have another look here just to try and force him wide, and that might give him an opportunity off this next corner, and he's got him. Lovely move from Dartbot, and he's back into second place. If he can consolidate that now, there's not very many laps left. CJ's he's gone. He has gone. Another fantastic drive. There's absolutely nothing you can say he's done wrong from what I've seen. And he's way out in front. So this battle continues to rage. Neither is going to let the other get away. Another move from Unsafe Release. He's gone deep. But he's got him. These two changing positions almost every other corner at the minute. It's fascinating to watch. Could make all the difference. It's a long straight, especially in these relatively slow cars. There's a little bit of weaving going on there from Unsafe Release. trying to get Dartbot out of his slipstream, but he's followed him. It's probably a little too far back to try and move. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to stick where he is for now. 2 laps remaining. Oh, and unsafe release again, very wide. He likes to take that line through the corner, but it's cost him a little bit there. He's pushed it a little hard. Dartbot is right there with him. Still unsafe release holds on. Oh, again, he's pushing it so hard just to stay ahead, and he's going wide. Every time he does, it gives Dartbot a chance, and now he's alongside him. Unsafe release has the inside line through here, but then we will, of course, cut back into this next corner. He's very close there, and I think Dartbot might have outbraked himself. No, he's held it. He's held it really well, and he's back into second. This is fantastic racing from both of these guys. CJ continues his serene progression around the track. He'll be bringing it home, bar an absolute disaster on the lap after this one. The other guys, the main pack, you've got City Posh Blue. I'm not sure, apologies there, I've missed what's happened to Donzo. He must have had a slip, because he's let City Posh Blue into 4th, a good 6 seconds ahead of him. That's a real shame for him, but even he can stop and have a picnic, to be honest, and still finish in 5th, so he's going to secure 5th place at least. Good news for City Posh Blue. 4th is going to be a fantastic finish for him if he can hold it there. Back to this battle at the front, Dartbolt and Unsafe Release. They are coming around the chicane for the penultimate time. Let's see how it unfolds on the final lap. It's a slow run out of there for Dartbolt. Unsafe Release is right with him. They are neck and neck coming down over the line for the final lap of this race, battling it out for 2nd place. It's Unsafe Release just ahead of Dartbolt coming into the corner as they hit the brakes hard, ducking down into this first corner. And again, Unsafe Release goes wide, and again that allows Dartbolt to take advantage, albeit on the outside line. Will he do the same here as he did in the previous lap, where he cut back and then looked to shoot out on this next right-hander? Yes, he will. Completely different lines to these two. Unsafe Release knows he's slightly getting in his way there. And they are neck and neck. This is fascinating. There we go, down to this left-hander. Unsafe Release kicks in first. Dartbolt preferring to hold the line. Look to get him. Oh, it's very close. Who is going to take it? There's a cone on the track. Oh, it's all going off now. Half a lap to go. This hairpin is so tricky. You've got to get the accelerating point right, because it brings you then all the way down through this sort of S-bend and onto the probably the longest straight after, one of the longest straights after this. Here we go, approaching the final part of this lap. You do not want to take your eyes off these two. Unsafe Release again gets it into that corner, but has he overcooked it? Oh, he may well have overcooked it. He's very far on the inside. He's managed to cut back a little bit, but surely Dartbolt is going to get a quicker run out of onto the straight. People have finished meanwhile in the background, because they've completed a lap less because they were so far behind. CJ Slicks is now taking it easy. He's going to come over to win this race. Unsafe Release and Dartbolt now coming into the chicane side by side, and Dartbolt's running a bit wide, and he's pushed Unsafe Release back onto the curb. I don't think there'll be any penalties from that. They kept it on the track, they kept it clean, but now it's just the final corner to go. CJ comes over the line for the victory, and we're going to see who's here, and it looks like it's going to be Dartbolt. Unsafe Release, oh, it's very close. He's not going to get him though. Dartbolt takes second. Fantastic racing from those two, but there is your winner for the Mazda Roadster touring car race. CJ Slicks, his 3rd special event victory in a row. You can see him starting to translate that form to the league as well, so he is one to watch for now and the next few seasons coming up. 2nd place Dartbolt, 3rd Unsafe Release, and I've missed it again because Donzo has somehow taken City Posh Blue back, and he's going to get 4th after all. I don't know what happened there. We'll have to follow up with him after this, because I'm really not sure what happened. But Donzo, another excellent performance from him. He takes 4th. City Posh Blue is 5th. T Smith in 6th. There we go. So CJ will add that to his trophy case. So that is it from me. Thank you very much to everyone who joined us, everybody who's commented on. If you liked it, please give this page a like, look for us on Twitter, retweet us, quote us, message us. If you are not involved in FTRL and you want to be, and why wouldn't you want to be, give us a like on Twitter, tweet us, drop us a message to the FTRL accounts. You can find them either on YouTube or on Twitter if you just search FTRL or FTRL GT Sport. Let us know, we can get you involved. Right, I've been SBY186. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.